Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of the Kaleb Dispatch Show. Today we'll be talking about recent developments in the COVID-19 pandemic in the country. We already have 4 cases confirmed and already 1 death. So we are now at 25% deaths in this corona thing. So we'll be looking at how Botswana is reacting to the situation right now, and is it the right move for all the stakeholders involved? Can we cope with what has been happening? So yes. So today, President Masisi announced that the country will be going on extreme social distancing. So, what the hell is extreme social distancing? Turns out extreme social distancing is just a lockdown. The country will be going on a lockdown for a very long time. So many people saw it coming. I personally didn't see it being that long, like 21 days. I think now it's just, I think that the decision is kind of justified because it's like it seems the government is having a tough time handling the virus. Already there's been a death. Already there's been different red flags to show that we really aren't ready to to handle the cases if they exponentially rise. So maybe a lockdown isn't the worst idea in the world, although it must be asked, what of me, who's a farmer, and I have to take care of my cattle? Will I be on lockdown too? What about the nurses, those who use public transport? If you lock down your combis, how will your healthcare providers go to work? Stuff like that. No one is talking about it. Will they be cars picking them or what? What about the that person who sells food to people who work on a daily basis? No one is going to give them the money that will be used for to support businesses. So the lockdown is good in containing the virus, but it doesn't address some of the key components of the economy, like the real people out there on the streets, the hustlers and people like that. So the response looks very positive, but it has a lot of uh, disadvantages for the ordinary Motswana. So I don't know. We will see how that will pan out. And also, there's been a death recorded. So it was too good to be true. Anyone can see now that all those stories that Botswana, hey, it was too good to be true because the results were not coming. There were not there were no results coming. So even now, the people who should be tested should be more than what we have now. So the numbers could be larger. Who knows who else that person infected? It could be many. And we were there sitting thinking, no, there's no corona in Botswana. Hey. But the person had already died. So it shows that our government was just lagging, and now we find ourselves in a situation where now we have to shut down everything. We have to go on. It's like now we are panicking. He also said, the president also came on TV and said, we should not panic, and it seems like we're already panicking. He also said we should not do mass exoduses to the village, which is a valid point. I think at times like this is when people now say, no, we are going back to our villages, we are going back to our villages. No, guys, stay put, stay where you are, and gather yourself as much supplies as you can for the next 28 days, and try to live within your means and not travel to your village. You don't know if you have contacted someone with the virus in this city, because people have been coming from all over the world into Gaborone. Most of them being told, go on self-quarantine. No one followed that. So now we have a case that for those people who didn't have signs, we know the virus can go for a long time without showing any signs. So it is very risky for you to say, no, I don't have the virus, and you go back to your village and you go infect your people there. This is exactly what is happened in some other countries of Africa, or in Italy, I remember. So it's something that we shouldn't fall for the same trap, because our population is comprised of very many fragile people, which it's best that we look out for them and look out and make sure that we don't take the virus to them. So with the COVID-19, as it has already hit the country, I think it's now time for us to acknowledge that yes, it is a public emergency, as the president has declared, and yes, it is important for us to adhere and listen to whatever the government will be carrying us through this thing. So let us not take a certain people who caught the virus and abuse them on social media. Like, people, you need to understand that people have lives. A lot of people travel outside the country during when they were told not to go to other countries, because they have lives. So it's not like people go there just to deliberately get you guys the virus. No, you understand that people run businesses, people have complicated lives. So let us just take it easy and allow the government to handle the situation without victimizing people who did get the virus. So I'm concerned about how we are reacting to the whole thing, sharing people. We are not even sure it's them, and you'll be sharing people's pictures on the internet. Say, hey, these people got us the virus. Hey, come on, guys, come on. It's not good. It's not good. So we need to really handle this with the sensitivity it requires. So I think now we should just look at what the government is trying to do and follow them, and try to avoid falling into the same horrific situations that we find in our neighboring countries, we find in Italy. We need to really support the government in this thing, because if 28 days go by and the numbers are still rising and that, it would be us who are causing this thing, to the lockdown possibly to go longer than it's designed for. So if we follow and adhere to everything that is said, we can try to minimize the escalation of the situation, and possibly get back to our jobs, get back to our hustles as soon as we can, and see that this virus is really contained as the government desires it to be. So thank you to everyone who joined my podcast today. I appreciate your support, and please leave your comments, your questions, and whatever discussions you can have with me on the show as we continue. Join me tomorrow for the 5th episode of the Kaleb Dispatch Show. Peace.